Welcome in, race fans. This is Jason from First Gear Network. We've got Ben Summerford with us in the booth tonight, bringing you live coverage of First Gear Racing Craftsman Truck Series Round 18 from Richmond Raceway. We've got truck drivers on track here. We're about 22 minutes left to practice. And we're following along right now. Todd Smith, currently P3 on the board. Looks like he's pulling off, of course, as soon as we go to him. But we've got 13 drivers in the field, 12 technically, because I'm shown in there. So we got 12 drivers in the field so far tonight, but we've still got time for more to join, as this is the regular season finale for the Truck Series. We are in a pretty tight points battle in the mid-pack, and at the cut line, we're going to have a couple drivers, it looks like, not run the rest of the season, so we're going to have to make some adjustments after the race tonight to get the proper 10 drivers marked for the playoffs. But this is the final race of the regular season, so these guys have got to give it all they got tonight and try to make things happen to lock themselves into this playoffs, as we've got 7 races remaining after tonight, all playoff driving. Currently, we've got Trevor Benz up on the top spot. He's the fastest so far, 21.91. That 33 truck looking fast and loose here at Richmond. P2, we've got Nate Brooker in the 230 Ally Chevrolet. He's running 21.93 so far. Todd Smith there in third with a 21.93 himself. Michael Kennedy not on track right now, 21.94. Let's go back through the field here. Here we go. Nolan in seventh in the 84 car. He's running 22.03 for his best lap. As he pulls off as soon as we get him on camera. There's Andrew Groves in the First Gear Racing 48 truck. Currently P8. Right behind the 31 of Brendan Decker, who is 11th fastest on the charts with a 22.22. All the twos you can have right there. Got my broadcasting buddy Edwin James in the field tonight, in the Waffle House 46, supporting that Waffle House love. He is currently 10th on the charts in his Toyota. He's put down a 22.13 as his best lap. A lot of the drivers in practice, I ran a few laps to start the lobby. The truck, it's light in corner exit. So when you're coming out of turn 2 especially, you've got to have so much wheel, prevent yourself. You're turning so much, trying to get on the throttle to make that turn and keep yourself off the wall, that the truck does want to come out from underneath you and spin out there. So turn 2 is going to be a troublemaker tonight. And as the tires wear, we could see turn 4 be a troublemaker too, because you got to be a little light on the throttle on corner exit there as well. These guys have been putting in some pretty good laps, and should get some rubber down to help it out here and maybe gain us a little bit of grip as we get closer to race time. Let's see here. We're going to pull up. We've got point standings here somewhere, and again, there's going to be some changes that have to be made to it. Pull up the point standings. Right now, we've got Todd Smith in a lead for the regular season championship. He's 36 points ahead of Nolan Milnes for that spot. Alex Fuller currently third in the standings. Kyle Heath in fourth, although Kyle has made it known he's not going to be able to race the playoffs, so that's going to be an open spot. Corey Crandall in fifth. Unfortunately, and it's sad to say, he did leave the league after last week's race. He's decided to go away from iRacing, step away and focus on life and doing some other things. So we wish Corey the best. We're going to miss not having him here. But that is another driver in the point standings that obviously won't be here for the playoffs, so that's another spot up for grabs tonight. Michael Kennedy's in 6th. Joseph Klein is in 7th. Trevor Benz is in 8th. Brendan Decker's in 9th. and Ben Summerford, who's with me here now, is actually tied for 9th. Ben, are you going to get back in the seat and try to race for a championship?
I think I'm retired for this year.
Fair enough, fair enough. So we've got, that's 3 spots in the top 10 currently that are going to be up for grabs. So 11th, 12th, 13th, important spots. Andrew's here in 11th tonight. Mark's here in 12th. Ivan is still on vacation in Canada for another few days. He's in 13th, so technically he's on the bubble when we look at it that way, and he has an 18-point lead over Samuel Carter, who hasn't been with the series in a while. So Donald Ray is not here. Looking down the list here, Jareth Walker, Edwin James. I mean, that's the next one. It looks like is maybe Edwin finds a way in if Ivan forfeits racing for a championship after the race concludes. So there's some opportunities there. We'll see kind of how this race goes, where everybody fits, and see who comes out on top for this regular season championship. Like I said, Todd's got that 36-point buffer over Nolan, so that's pretty, I wouldn't call it insurmountable, but with stage points and such, there's always the chance of it. But I would feel like Todd would have to have a really off night to lose that many points in one race.
And Todd has just moved up to top of the speed chart.
Top of the board for Mr. Highside, a 21.88. This is his kind of track. I feel like by at least seeing what these guys have done so far in practice, I feel like we're going to have a pretty tight battle between the 66, the 33, the 230, even the 29, the 14. I mean, all those guys have put down really solid one-lap times, but when you see kind of how they do on these longer runs, should be entertaining with how long these stages are. 70 laps for stage 1, 70 laps for stage 2. It's going to be a long race tonight. The sun is setting. Light's starting to get the shades getting long. Lighting's getting a little dark as we're waiting for the track lights to technically come on and illuminate the track. So as we end up here in practice and probably get closer to qualifying, we'll see that transition as well. Let's see. My track map's not working, so let's see if the weather box is working, or actually race info box. Let's go there. Race info. Is that working? It is. So tonight we are scheduled for 250 laps. We're going to have stages, the completions lap 70 and lap 140. Weather-wise, we've got 76-degree ambient temperature with a 79% humidity, no chance of rain, cloudy skies, and a 10-mile-an-hour wind. The track temperature is sitting right around 80 degrees currently. And that will probably drop a couple degrees as we transition into night. Here at Richmond, it's just a .72, so just over 7/10 of a mile track. Pretty short track, tight corners, but fast straightaways. These trucks get up to really good speeds here. So if we get some good green flag runs, this race should go by pretty quickly. But if we get full of yellows, it may take a little while to complete tonight. So we'll see how that goes with, again, still currently just 12 trucks in the field so far tonight. Oh, see the 31 there just got into the inside wall pretty hard. Not sure what happened there. If there was some contact, or no, looks like he got loose. Trying to get on the throttle out of 2, and that's what we're expected to see. We're going to see some of that tonight. It's hard to avoid that truck not getting loose out of turn 2. Right back along here with Todd. Check our roof cams, make sure everything's working right. Jump on board with the 230 and Nate Brooker here. Oop, scraping the wall out of turn 2. Trucks get really loose right there. It's tight entry. Oh, as he slows down there. Michael Candidy's on track. Jump on and watch him here in the 29 Good Wrench Service Plus Chevrolet. Good throwback paint for what Kevin Harvick drove for a good while.
You get back in that accelerator just a little early too, you're gonna lose it.
Yeah, it's so touchy, Ben. And just those few laps I was doing, I was trying to push hard to see if I could match a lap with Trevor, get a feel for the track, and I never felt comfortable in turn 2. It is on edge with how much throttle, and then depending on where you're at, if you're running a little higher, trying to straighten the corner exit, I think it's safer. But if you push at all, if you get tight in the center and you have to put more wheel into it and you add any throttle to it, it is coming around. It is so quick to snap on you, and then you've got to be careful of not taking somebody else out or nose first into the wall and with a blown motor. Truck looks pretty solid on the laps he's making. I don't see it getting super loose on him. He's being patient out of 2, really letting the truck roll. Jump on board and see what he's doing behind the wheel. Yeah, really easy on the throttle, letting that truck get straight. And even then it got a little squirrely. He had to correct it just a little bit with the steering wheel. Into 3 hard. Oh, he got a little squirrely. Oh, he was trying to pit road practice maybe. Missed it there. That pit road entry under green is a tough one. Jump on board with Todd here. Listen to his engine and watch his wheel. Oof. Getting really close to that outside wall.
We have to enter in turn 3 here, and we enter pits on the track and then come down.
You can enter from on the track. It's just tougher to do. There is no requirement to be on the apron. It's just a safer route to protect yourself from making pit road entry, obviously, because it is super tight right there. But no limit on where you want to dive. They do have an orange cone there right after entry of turn 3 where it's painted on the track. If you try to stay below that for entry, that'll help prevent any headaches or penalties.
Yeah, nope.
Copy that. Appreciate it.
sure Trading Paints is up to date here real quick while we're waiting for practice to wrap up. Just at 7.5 minutes left of the session. Again, still sitting at 12 drivers registered for tonight's race. All the trucks are going gray as Trading Paints refreshes. Here's Andrew, good looking first gear racing Chevy Silverado. Oh, we see the Waffle House hard into the inside wall. Let's go back and take a look, see what happened to him there.
Y'all boys ready for the playoffs next week?
Oh, he got super loose out of 2, did a 360 into the outside wall. Looked like he almost had it saved and then went to turn down, and looks like the steering was probably out in that, right into the inside wall, or just trying to keep it down there so it was out of everybody's way.
Great.
Yeah, boss, I'm ready for the playoffs. Let's go.
What the hell, it bears?
And Nate has left the race lobby. I don't know if that was intentional. That'll put us down to 11 trucks in the field currently.
I keep forgetting I have a mic button. Just used to typing at this point. Or not typing anything.
Yeah, at least when you talk, I can hear you over the comms. When I have the borders off, I can't tell when you're typing.
I'm here.
Go ahead, Andrew. I'll say hi.
What do you mean, like it? Oh. Yeah, I could see how that would be annoying. Thanks.
Looks like we got Alex Fuller's gentleman.
All right, that's one of our playoff drivers, so that's good to get him in the field here before the start of the race. So that gets us back up to 13. Wonder if Jareth is watching us tonight. He's been wanting to see a broadcast. I'm on here for you, buddy. You better say something in that chat. Speak up. Let me know you're there. I know Mark's watching. He heard there was a broadcast, so he's got it up on the big screen above his sim. He's watching. All right, guys, just real quick, we're under 5 minutes left to practice here, so I just want to give you guys a rundown. This is the final race of the regular season for the Truck Series. Corey is no longer with us, so he stepped away, and so we're going to see this through. And I want to thank each and every one of you for being a part of First Gear Racing and being a part of this series. We do have the playoff cut line being obviously 10th. The top 10 make the playoffs. But we do have a notable, couple of notable exemptions that we are removing from the top 10, either by voluntarily letting me know they're not racing in the playoffs or by leaving the league. One of them being Corey. Kyle Heath has also announced he's not going to be able to race every Sunday, so he doesn't want to take up a playoff spot. And then Ben has also stepped away from running full time and is giving up his spot. He's tied for 9th in the points right now. So we have 3 spots in the top 10 that are available. So we're going to go down the line. 11th is Andrew, 12th is Mark, and 13th is Ivan currently. Ivan's on vacation, so I'm not going to remove him currently, because if he comes back next week and wants to race for the playoffs, so be it. But that's where we're looking at right at the moment. But we'll see what happens after I've talked to other drivers and get everything out to you guys before next week's first playoff race. Tonight we are scheduled for 250 laps. Stage breaks are going to be at the completion of lap 70 and lap 140. we do have the 5 sets of tires in the pits and 1 fast repair. And you got me and Ben in the booth calling the race live on First Gear Network, giving you guys all the support we can. Again, I appreciate every single one of you for being a part of this league and the series. And we are going to see this through and have some fun racing. Good luck to all the drivers tonight. Let's have a heck of a race, and I will see the top 3 in the waiting room for interviews at the end. Thank you.
Sorry, Andrew. I was playing chicken with your all that for delete getting off the start track. Hey, all that for delete.
Trevor, you're rubbing off on us. Oh, there's a 14 getting loose on entry, middle of corner, turn 2. Oof. I mean, I know when you look at the speed charts for practice, we've seen that top of those top numbers really kind of tighten up. Between Todd, Michael, and Trevor, I mean, we're literally 0.02 of a second in gap between those 3 drivers. I don't think Nate's made it back, so it looks like he may not be racing. And then, you know, Joseph Klein's still just a 10th off, just under a 10th off. So it's a pretty tight field when you look at the top 5 drivers and even further back throughout the field. Who's going to have the upper hand tonight, Ben? Who do we look at to maybe be the driver that gets the win tonight?
Oh no! If I had to put money on it, it would be probably Todd. The way he runs high, he'll run that high groove nobody else is running, and somehow save tire. And I was looking at his lap times. He run a 49 lap stint there, and he was staying pretty consistent. 22 5s, 22 6s, 22 7s. So that's pretty consistent when you got that many laps on a tire.
Yeah, that's true. He has a pretty good magical way of conserving some tire. Certainly when you can run that high line and not put so much wheel into the truck, and as long as he's working easy on the throttle, I see that as a viable way of seeing him get what would be his 2nd win of the season. It's crazy that he's leading the points. He's been up near the front or at the front of the points pretty much most of the season, and he's only got 1 win on the season. So this is another chance opportunity for him to get a win. Another driver I've got my eye on would be somebody that's really worked hard on perfecting the long runs. So if we happen to get those tonight, that would be P2 in the points, Nolan Milnes. He doesn't have a win in the truck season yet, and this would be a good opportunity for him to be able to try to stretch his legs and conserve those tires and come out on top.
I believe Nolan's the first one out qualifying.
That he is. Right off the bat, coming across the line for lap 1. 22:03. Tim Felper's first lap didn't count. Oh, he's on his 2nd. Mark's completing his 1st right now. 23:74. Here comes Nolan out of turn 4 to complete his qualifying run. 21:93.
Oh, Alex Fuller spun coming out of 2.
He didn't get a chance to make any laps in practice, so he probably wasn't ready for what was coming his way. Joseph Klein's about to complete his 1st lap. 22.23. So he needs to find 3/10 on this lap to get up there with Nolan. He runs that higher
Edwin
line.
got loose.
Oh, even Edwin.
Got loose.
Dang it. That was on his 1st lap. He's reset to pits. Oh, he'll have to try to make a 1-lap run, make it work. Joseph across the line, 22.05. So he made up a couple tenths, but not all three of them that he needed. All right, Alex Fuller is going to complete his one lap here. Actually, it didn't give it to him. Must have had contact with the wall. Something happened there for him, so Alex doesn't get credited with that lap either, so he's going to be starting in the back. Edwin's out on his. This is going to be his only lap to count, so it's hard when you don't get that first lap to warm the tires up. Really high in turn 3. Oh boy, get it to turn down and not get loose. That truck looks unhappy. Cross line he goes, 22.38 for Edwin James, P3. Ryan Hayberger is out on track. He's coming to take the green flag now. First lap, 22.30 for Brian. Puts him P3.
He got a little loose coming out of 2.
Oh, loose into 3, sideways. Oh! I really didn't expect to see a lot of that tonight. Loose into 3. Maybe a too much rear brake, possibly. I don't know. But that first lap will be the best one for him. Got Brendan Decker coming out on track. Just leaving pit road on the backstretch now. See what the 31 truck has to put up there. Just XPO Logistics. Brendan's been a staple of the series all season long. Good looking 31 truck. He runs a little higher on 1 and 2, just trying to manage, not putting too much wheel into it. Definitely easy on throttle coming out of 2 there. Trying to let them tires warm up, it looks like. Putting in a banker lap. Just get something on the board to put you in front of everybody else that can't make a lap. 23.19, P6 on the board. Now he comes down to the bottom. Rotates near that yellow line. Comes up towards the wall. Definitely easy on the throttle. This is a more manageable, just easy lap. A little bit lower in 3 and 4 this time. Comes out near the wall. 22.82. That'll get him up a spot to P5. Knocks Mark back to P6. So we still have a few drivers that have not gone yet. Looks like Brandon's going to continue to run some laps. Or Brendan, sorry. I don't know why I say Brandon. But Brendan is running some laps. Taking that as practice. Get some more laps in. Looks like Trevor Benz is just starting to roll off pit road, so he's going to be the next one on the board here. We'll follow along. You know what? This is going to be a good ride. We're going to jump on board in the cockpit and ride with him. Trevor doesn't. Yep, sideways out of turn 4. He doesn't hold back. Truck is tight in turn 1, tight. He can't get on the throttle. Yanks it down, trying to get to the apron. Can't get it to stick down there. Tires are too cold. Now he's going to try to dive it hard into 1 here. Try to get the truck to rotate. Needs a little bit more brake. Oh, pushes up in 3, overdrove it just a bit. Gonna try to carry it through on that second line. Across the line he goes. 22.06. Those laps go fast. That's gonna put him P3 on the board. Looks like Todd and Michael are rolling out at the same time. Michael's a little bit ahead of Todd, so we'll follow him as they come down the backstretch into turn 3 on their warm-up lap. And green flag is out. Two of the 3 fastest trucks in practice. Great first lap, it looks like, for the 29. He comes across the line. P2, 21.95. Then Todd comes across the line, 22.20 P5. Andrew Groves is coming out on track as well. We're going to follow the 29 here across the line. Then we'll switch to Todd, and then we'll switch to Andrew. Mr. Kennedy stays P2 with a 94. Todd Smith bumps them all down, 21.81. Mike Weisberg just joined in. He's in the 999 truck because he's not in the Discord yet, I believe. .48 across the line. P2 on his first lap. 21.92 for Mr. Groves. He's going to try to make this second lap count. Can he find an extra tenth? Great first lap for that truck. Sideways coming out of 4. No. A little bit slower. Here's the 999 Kellogg's Cornflakes truck on the track. He's about to complete his first lap with FGR. Goes P11 with a 31.24.
Good luck, Todd.
Oh no, he gets loose. There it is.
Yeah, good luck.
Into the inside wall, and that's going to wrap up his lap. That only
I believe
leaves...
he got loose on his first lap also, but he saved it.
Ah, that would explain the 31-second time. Well, that's it for qualifying. The only 2 drivers that haven't been on track is me and Nate didn't come back. So that's going to leave us with 13 drivers in the field tonight. 1 newcomer in Mike Weisberg. All right, gentlemen. Great qualifying session. Congrats, Todd, on the pole. Good luck, drivers. Again, remember 250 laps, stage breaks at the completion of lap 70 and lap 140 tonight. We have 5 sets of tires in the pits and 1 fast repair. Good luck, drivers. Let's have a fun race. Lights are on. First Gear Racing on the side of Andrew's truck actually has a little bit of shine to it. I like it.
You say the stages again, I'm sorry.
Stages are the completion of lap 70 and lap 140.
Thank you.
All right, most of the field is getting in their cars or trucks here. Pull up our grid for tonight's race. Todd Smith with the pole. Andrew Groves starts on the outside of front row. Nolan Milnes and Michael Kennedy in row 2. Joseph Klein, Trevor Benz on row 3. Brian Hayberger and Edwin James, row 4. Brendan Decker, Mark Owlett, row 5. Mike Weisberg and Alex Fuller on row 6. And row 7 is Jason Haney, myself, and Nate Brooker, who left as well. So we just have 12 drivers tonight. Actually 13, because the Tim didn't get a lap in, so it put him below us. But he'll be starting in 13th spot on row 7 by himself. Okay. I wish there was a way to remove that stuff. There we go. All right. We are rolling. Again, we are set for a long race tonight. 250 laps around this 7/10 of a mile oval, D-shaped oval. I'm going to give a shout out to Ben for riding along with us tonight in the booth. Appreciate you being here.
I'm glad to be here. And everybody watching, give us the thumbs up.
Yeah, give us a like, share, subscribe if you haven't. First Gear Network is here bringing you the coverage of First Gear Racing in all of our leagues and everything that we're doing. The Truck Series getting ready to start the playoffs next week. This is the final race of the regular season, week 18. We're going to have one more pace lap because it's a short track. They make the drivers do 2 pace laps. I was about ready to fire up and boogity boogity, but I forgot. 2 laps. The lights are on around the track. Sun is set. Fans full in the stands. It is a sold out Richmond tonight as we crown a regular season champion and cash the tickets for 10 lucky drivers to make it into the playoffs. Pace truck's down on the pit road, waiting on the flag. Barney is going to wave it out now. There we go. Green is out. Pretty even start for the front row. 29 did not get a good start in the second row there on the outside. Todd clears Andrew out of turn 1. Going to the inside, fighting for second. Side by side.
Got one sideways. 82.
Brian Hayberger sideways. Let's rewind that real quick, take a look, see what happened. 33 was outside, and he gets loose. Kind of like, I think it was his qualifying run that did the same thing.
I thought
it was.
For not hitting me.
I think he's got too much rear brake in that car, or in that truck. That's the same instance of what he had happen in qualifying.
He basically Christopher Valve the field today.
Oh, looks like Tim Felker did not start with us. Looks like he called it a night as well. So yes, just 12 drivers in the field tonight. But hey, I get credited with 13th place, and I'm not even racing. Lucky number 13 for Kyle Heese. I'll take it. All right, so early caution. No damage to the 82, good thing. Just a little wear on his tires from sliding. I don't think it's as excessive here at this track. When I was spinning out in practice, my tires still look pretty decent. They got hot, they were angry, but they didn't drop the wear a ton. So he should be good to go. Just going to give a shout out to Mike Weisberg real quick. Mike Weisberg, you got a copy?
I got you.
Hey, bud, I got you in the league because you requested, but I didn't see you in the Discord to request a number. So I don't know if you're in the Discord or not, but when you get a chance, maybe after the race, we can get you in there and get you a number requested. I'll get you off the 999 train. That's what I marked for people that are in the league that haven't joined the Discord yet.
Oh, okay.
Appreciate you joining, though. Good to have you on track with us. Thanks for racing.
Thanks for having me.
See where Kyle was in the race chat. We know this is one of his favorite tracks and
Yeah,
would
let me know
love
if you
to
have a
been here
number
tonight.
50 available.
Oh yeah, Kyle. Hello, Kyle. We're at your favorite track. I'm trying to look to see. I don't know if 50 is available or not. 50 is available, so we can get that for you afterwards.
That'd be good.
Looks like we're going back green.
Yeah, lights are off on the pace truck, down on pit road.
Not going, I don't think.
Uh-oh, we had a problem.
Nobody's in the upper line.
I was throwing a caution. T-Benz is having issues. I don't want everybody to get penalties for passing him.
Uh-oh.
No, you're valid. Do what you gotta do.
Let's go see what happened here. His truck is super slow.
Says
You
let
got-
the pace car by, but he's sitting still. Yeah, slow down, let the pace car by. He's coming around the apron out of 2.
Going down the back stretch. Trevor's not up to speed before they get the one to go. And then they come through 3 and 4. Okay, he's still up to speed, going pace
Watch
speed.
out for Trevor. He's still in turn 3 here, I think.
Gets in the line.
He's still on track, still on track, still on track.
Not going,
Yeah.
not going.
He
Caution's
just
back
has
out,
went
sorry.
into the pits. He's gone a lap down.
Oh, Trevor. Oh, you're good, Kyle. We love you, brother. We're missing you on track tonight.
Probably got to go.
I think Trevor got his bugs
Sorry about that.
worked out.
Not okay, but we forgive you.
Alright, so as he tries to get caught up with the field, they are going green this time. Base truck's down.
Green flag.
'66 gets out to a lead. It's all good, Kyle. We understand. We're life first, racing second. It's all good, Bubba. We're just glad to have you be a part of the FGR family and racing when you can. No excuses necessary. We see Todd Smith here. He's got himself about a 4 truck length lead. You got the 48 and the 84 side by side for second. Now Andrew is taken second there, Nolan to third, and then fourth is a battle between the 14 and the 29 side by side. Some really good racing here. Check further back here, looks like Alex Fuller up to 7th, so up 5 spots already. Harley Quinn machine. Mike Weisberg is up to 8th, running that high line in that cornflakes machine. 46 Edwin James is being challenged by the 82 of Brian Hayberger. That's for 9th and 10th. Brian gets below him and past him in turns 1 and 2. We got Mark running in 11th, and then Trevor 1 lap down with his electrical issues or whatever he had going on there. He's 1 lap down in 12th, but next caution he would be in spot for the lucky dog.
Got a fight for the lead there for a second.
Yeah, the 48's closed up on the back of that 66, and there he is, Mr. Highside, running that high line like you were talking about. Andrew's going to be a little more aggressive here. Kyle said in the chat, just here so I won't get fined. And I say doo-doo booty to that.
And Andrew's taking the lead.
Yep, new leader, 48, Andrew Groves. Well, Todd gets back behind him and runs the lower line that time in 1 and 2, so not worth it to go up high yet. A lot of laps in this race, and we're on lap 16. But he's staying with them. I think that was kind of a decisive move to run high and let Andrew by, not fight for the position this early in the race, but he's definitely got the pace to run right there with that 48. And the same goes for the 84 and the 14 running 3rd and 4th. They've fallen back just over a second, but they are staying pretty consistent. Their lap times are pretty close to the lead too as well.
Somebody brushed the wall coming out of 2. I've seen the dust fly.
Guys are out here getting every inch they can, and sometimes you come a little too close. If you just get the dusting, it's okay, but
That was dumb.
I feel like we'll probably see somebody make heavy contact at some point tonight. I heard Andrew come over the radio and say that was dumb, but I don't see what was dumb about it unless he missed the corner. Still in the lead. Nolan's in 3rd, kind of closed in under a second from Andrew's lead, but now just over a second. So just hovering right there. So nobody's really getting away in this top 4, so to speak. They're still in the same gap. Even top 5, if you count Michael Kennedy, he's within 2 seconds. That's a little bit of a gap. Back to 6th. Alex Fuller's 3 seconds back. Take a look from the rear gearbox, rear bumper cam of the 48. We see the 66 starting to edge back in ever so closer. Now what's weird is that the 66 has a special helmet on his driver, and I don't see it right now. I think my trading paints is messing with me. We'll reload the trading paints real quick. Not showing his helmet in my rear camera.
Michael Kennedy putting some pressure on Joseph Klein.
Yep, looks like Michael's working on getting by him here. He does clear him. Back out of 2. Joseph stays in line with him. Good move by the 29 there. Gets him up to 4th place. Close battle on track. We've got the 999 of Mike Weisberg right on the tail of the 31 of Brendan Decker. And this is Mike's first race with us. Oh, I just saw the 33 tag the outside wall coming out of 2. A lot of dust. Side of the truck looks okay. Maybe a little bit of bend in that right front fender. Oh, touches the wall again, sparks fly. I think he's pushing a little too hard for where he's at. It's okay to be a lap down at this point, but if he's worried that, I guess the next car to go a lap down is going to be Mark, and he is, I don't have a track map tonight, but he's definitely 3/4 of a lap down. So I guess if Trevor's worried about Mark getting lapped, then he's got to push a little bit more to have a chance at that lucky dog. But Trevor sits in that spot currently. 48.
Can't brush that wall too many times or you'll get wheel damage.
Yeah, it will. It'll come out and just give you the wheel damage, and then you're done. It makes the truck
Mark
so much harder to
just
drive.
crossed the start finish line.
Okay, so yeah, he's just about a half a straightaway ahead of the leaders then. 66 starting to run high. 1 and 2. Gets a heck of a run down the backstretch. Gets to almost to the back of the 48. Runs high in 3 and 4 here. He's going to flirt with that wall. Now that's what happened to Todd last night in the Gen 6 race. Battling for the lead there at the end, and he started running higher and higher and on exit at Texas and got some wheel damage. Let's hope he can prevent from doing that here tonight. I hear you, Kyle. Todd's going to wear the tires out. He is trying his darndest on the high side. He's gotten to the outside of the 48, side by side for the lead, down into turn 1. 48 rolls that corner nice and easy on the inside. The 66 sending it on that high side. And there he goes. New leader, 66. Back to the front. But he is staying high. We still have... We're not even halfway through the stage yet.
Alex Fuller is closed down on Joseph Klein.
Yeah, it's down to 0.6 of a second between those two. Actually, sorry, 0.3 of a second. Just a couple truck lengths here. I'm gonna jump on the roof cam here with Alex Fuller. So you really have the front 6 all within this camera shot from Alex Fuller's spot here on the roof cam. You can see them all in the same straightaway together. Todd all the way back. Then just a slight gap, 2 seconds back to Brendan Decker in 7th. He's still being challenged by the 999 of Weisberg. 14 gets tight there on exit of 4. Up close to the wall, had to let off. Alex Fuller's going to try to get by on the inside. He does. Joseph is looking for the crossover, but just can't get the truck to launch that low. Let's move Alex Fuller up to the top 5. Back up front, Todd Smith, 0.8 of a second lead over Andrew Groves. That's the biggest lead we've seen so far tonight. Nolan is in 3rd. He's got the 29, kind of hunting him down here a little bit. Michael Kennedy's getting closer to him. A little further back here, looks like close battling still between Brendan Decker and Mike Weisberg. Just 0.3 of a second gap those two trucks. So now we're past halfway through the first stage. Coming to 33, yeah, right now 33 laps to go in the stage. You see Trevor Benz closing in on this battle again. He's not for position. Trevor is 1 lap down. Faulty issue with his truck, his equipment during the first caution forced him to take a cruise down pit road to try to get it fixed, and while he was down there, got it fixed and back on track, up to speed. Don't know what happened there, but that's currently got him 1 lap down. He's in the lucky dog spot, but not for long, because Mark Owlett has the 66 on his tail. And looks like Todd's going to look to the inside here, and that's going to put Mark 1 lap down. So that puts Mark into the lucky dog spot. Again, Todd's up to 0.9, almost a second, full second. There it is, 1 second lead over Andrew. Andrew's got over a second gap on Nolan now. So we're seeing the big dogs stretch their legs now later in this run. Tire management be darned. Still a tight battle here as the 29 and the 84. He's trying to get there. He's not half a second back. And he's got Alex Fuller closing in on him. Alex is under a second behind Michael now. 8/10 separate Michael and Alex. Looks like the back of Mark's truck has some damage. Looks like he got ran into.
Yeah, it's pushed in the center.
I don't know if that's giving him some issues handling wise or not. Mark may not be one of the fastest cars that we have in the series, but he's one of the most consistent. So usually don't see his car end up with damage that often, certainly of his own doing. So being in the back, most likely somebody got in the back of him during that last caution. Could have been when everybody was trying to avoid Trevor when he had his issue. We see Mike Weisberg's fallen back from Brendan Decker a little bit, about a second back, and now Edwin James in ninth. That Waffle House Toyota is starting to close in on Mr. Mike Weisberg just a little bit. So we could have a change for position here as we see a tight battle now as Nolan, Michael are all real close now. Not sure what happened here. Nolan had a second over Michael just a little bit ago. Mr. Kennedy is almost to his bumper. Just 4 truck lengths gap them two. Michael's running that higher line, 1 and 2. Half a lane higher than Nolan in 3 and 4, but then he comes down, cuts it down on exit. Keep that gap about the same. Checking back here, Edwin and Mike. Just a couple truck lengths between them. This could be a battle for position here shortly as the 46 is definitely closing in on that 999. Oh, he's into the wall. Mike's gonna hit the wall. And Edwin goes ahead for the pass. Move the 46 up to 8th.
And Trevor passed Mark, so he's in the lucky dog position.
All right, Trevor back to the lucky dog spot. Coming to 22 to go. Nolan and Michael Kennedy are closer than ever. 1 truck length, or even less than. 29 closes in on the rear bumper of the 84. Right on board with the 29 on the roof cam. Different lines in 3 and 4. He goes higher here in 1 and 2. Almost got beside him there. Now he looks low. Changed it back to the low side this time. But Nolan was already there, so really nowhere for him to go. Let's see what he does. Does he go high again? A little bit, but not much. Cuts back down. Tries to get that straight exit. You can see while this battle's going on from our camera shot, we can see the 66 off into the distance. He hasn't floated too far away yet. Oh man, oh, I think he might have just barely touched him. That was close. 29's trying to dive it in under braking, but he almost drove right through the 84 going into 3 last time by.
He almost rattled his cage, didn't he?
While they've been battling, Alex Fuller 9/10 of a second behind Michael Kennedy. It's our closest battle on track for any positions. Out front here, Todd Smith leading laps, getting ready to complete lap 55, start lap 56. 1.8 second lead over Andrew Groves in second. Comfortable lead. 48's had a good run as well. Again, started second. Our top 4 positions are all where they started, but third is being contested as Michael Kennedy has given it his all to try to get to and past the 84. And they've got company. Alex Fuller is coming. He's now 8/10 back.
Ever since that little scare, I wonder if Kennedy's tires got hot and he's let them cool a little, make another run.
Yep, definitely maybe trying to manage it.
He was a little loose coming off 4 then.
Yeah, he was. Now it looks like he's back in attack mode, trying to get that truck to just get the power down, and it doesn't want to. He's able to make so much entry. He's on his inside. He's got position, I think. Yeah, they're still not clear side by side.
Alex Fuller's pulled right up on too.
Yep, that 16's going to be part of the party here. 29 couldn't complete the pass, and now they are. You can cover them with a blanket. They are all together. The 84 has found that high line in 1 and 2. He used that in defense last lap, and now he's seen that it works. And now he's jumped up to that high line again this lap. Now he's back low in 3 and 4. Doesn't feel its confidence in 3 and 4, but he found it useful in 1 and 2 last time. But let's see if he does it again. Sure does. Not as high. Trying to defend a little bit with the 29 right there on his bumper. He's sticking with that low side into 3 though. Now he's trying to cover it. The 29 gets a turn off, gets down below him again. They're side by side into turn 1. This is where that 84 should have the drive off and get clear. The 29 has good exit. Oh, he blinked. And he's back. Oh my goodness. What a battle. Oh, the 29 left side tires on the apron. 3 wide. 2 wide. 84 gets good drive off. Now it looks like Alex is going to be able to get this spot possibly from Michael. Looks like he's cleared him. He slides up, shuts the door. Really good patience by the 16, taking his time and not overdriving the truck. Looks like he has much better drive off than the trucks around him.
Odds pulled out to almost a 3.5 second lead now.
1. No pressure, Brian.
I'm trying to stay ahead of you, trust me.
Yeah, just take it easy here. Don't press it too hard.
All right, we've got 5 laps left to go in this race. 4. Todd just crossed the line. Heck of a battle here for 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Also got another battle. Looks like the 46 has caught the 31 here to close into the stage. Maybe the 46 looking to gain another spot, get up to 7th before this stage completes. We've got 3 laps left. Todd should be crossing the line. And pit lane is closed. Perfect. Everything is working. 2 laps to go in the stage. Still a tight battle between the 16 and the 29, and then we've got even a tighter battle here with the 31 and 46. All right, 1 lap to go. 16 to the inside of the 84. Could be a pass for 3rd on the last lap of the stage. 84 drives it in there higher, gets ahead of the 16. Gonna have the drive off the corner exit here. Woo, sideways.
There you go, Kevin.
Oh, he runs high there in 3 and 4. Haven't seen him do that much this stage. And
Yellow.
3rd for Nolan.
So what you got
4th
going on
for
out there,
Alex
bud?
Fuller. 5th for Michael Kennedy. Todd Smith with a stage win. Andrew Groves comes
Now you
in
got Tesla up
second.
there at the beginning. Maybe there's a yeah.
And Trevor got the lucky dog.
That he did. Trevor got the lucky dog. Looks like the 66 took it back a little
Seems
bit.
like every 3 or
Didn't
4
wanna
laps
lap
I
the
just missed my
82.
mark, and you were a lot more disciplined than I was.
We were over the radio. Andrew's talking about discipline. Todd was more disciplined than him.
Yeah, he's kind of insane at these tracks. That's what he did at IRP.
I just get like distracted and just completely miss my mark.
Great first stage, guys. Congrats, Todd, on the stage win.
Yeah, boy, thank you.
All right, everybody comes down pit road. The 33 is going to get waved around here. Lucky dog, choo-choo. See if he can speed around and get on pit road, make his stop before the pace truck laps him again. Lucky dog at short tracks is always tough. Oh, don't get caught speeding. Leaders come out. Todd Smith does come out with the lead. Andrew second, Nolan third, Alex fourth, Kennedy fifth, Klein sixth, Edwin James seventh, Weisberg eighth. We still got a few trucks on pit road. There goes the 31, Brendan Decker. Trevor is trying to get off. Oh, I don't think he did it. He didn't.
Jesus Christ.
Where?
Alex or Nolan, but I blinked out at any point during that exchange.
Just once, and it was for like a second.
Trevor, take your wave around.
Packet loss.
Alright, we get that fixed.
Gonna postpone
Trevor.
it one or no?
Not going.
Yeah, that way we can get everybody lined up right and not be rushing it. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, good call.
Looked like it even burned Mark. Mark is 2 laps down now, so something happened with him getting repairs. And he fell another lap down. And Haber, Brian, is 1 lap down now. So pit stops taking a little longer for some of these drivers, maybe trying to get some repairs done. All right, so here we go. Lights are off on the pace truck. Complete lap 76 and start stage 2 all the way to lap 140. Todd Smith, your leader. Andrew Groves on the outside of the front row.
Ready, green, green, green.
Green is out. Good start by the 66. Side by side for second to 48. Ooh, the 66 got loose there.
He's cold to old contact between the
Caution,
14
caution.
and the 16.
Save us a little here.
My bad.
Cool your tires off, get your fans on.
That was a good save.
Yeah, everybody keep it straight.
That was a quick caution.
Yeah, she's something else on the first lap. New tires.
Wow. I've seen iRacing not call a caution for a lot more than that. That was a good save by the 14 though. Well, that's going to get the lucky dog to somebody. Should be the 82, right?
That's what I think.
Lucky dog coming high.
There it is.
Thank you for not running me over. That was catch. I can't believe I saved that.
Alright, so that'll put us 11 trucks on the lead lap. And then we have Mark 2 laps down currently. So he's asking for some more yellows. Field has gotten all caught up and organized here.
Everybody pitted?
What?
I was just mentioning nobody pitted. I don't know if I was going to try to bring it down 1 lap like this.
Yeah, I tried to hit it, but it was too late. Alright, lights should be off on the pace truck. We're back to 1 to go. I think for the first time in Truck Series history, we made it through a whole stage and nobody's used a fast repair yet, so that's got to be a record. Todd Smith leading. He's led 63 laps. Andrew has led the other 17. See if Andrew's going to try to get a better start on Todd this time. They're tight.
He's
together.
right down on.
Yeah.
Green.
Here we go, and Todd jumps it real early there.
And really low, too.
Yeah, that was super low. Andrew was hugging on him really tight there. Wanting to get as much of an idea when Todd was going to go.
Trevor got into the wall.
Oh no, Trevor.
He just brushed. He was running that Todd Smith line.
Oh, he gets close to the 999. Cuts up in front of him to run the higher line here. Following behind the 46. Runs a little bit lower on exit. Looks down low on the 46. At 33 is trying to go somewhere. Another spot for Trevor. That's going to get him up to 7th as he looks to the inside of the 14. Whose tires are probably just a little bit hotter than everybody else's. Dives it in there, can't get it to stick. 14 gets a good center, and then off of exit, they're side by side down across the front stretch to turn 1. 33 with a half a truck length advantage clears him going into 1. That's 3 spots and 5 laps for Mr. Benz as he's up to 6th. Next on his list is the 16.
Mike, you blinked there a little bit, but it was all right.
Okay.
All this happening mid-pack. We have Todd out to a 2nd lead. Kyle said Trevor using up that cushion. Yeah, he is. Using all of it. Now he's going to use the 16 as a cushion as they enter into turn 1 here, side by side. 16, good run.
Brian Decker got really loose off the 2.
Oh, let's go back and check that out. Let's watch that one. Oh, he blinks. And then off of the corner up near the wall. Or was that Mike? Mike was really low there. What happened there? Oh, it was the 999. Super sideways out of 2. Good catch. Trevor still to the inside of Alex Fuller. Almost clear, not there though.
Trevor's driving like he's got places to go and people to see.
Yeah, yeah, he is. He's almost clear. Oh, he just can't clear him in the center. Oh, the 16 gets loose. 14 had to back off there. Oh no, the 33 tried to drive it in there. I think he's clear. Yes, he is. Oh, 14 and 16. Slight contact. They both slow down. Lets the 46 gang up in there and gets a position on the 16. That is 3 spots lost for the 16 in 1 lap. And now he's under threat of the 999.
I wonder if he brushed the wall one too many times and got a little damage.
Maybe. That's a huge drop. It was really weird. Him and the 14 had that slide off before, and he hit the wall hard there.
I think the 999 did. I think there's about 3 trucks brushed the wall.
Yeah, there's. It looks like that 16 has a little bit of right front damage. That tire looks like it's leaning a little bit more than everybody else's. I could be wrong. iRacing plays tricks on you on that stuff. Oh, the way he's driving it? Yeah, it's got damage.
He's brushing the wall almost every lap coming out of 2.
Yeah, that tire looks folded in a little bit more than everybody else's. For sure, yeah. These trucks have some camber in the right front, but I think his has more as he hits the wall again. He has fallen all the way back to 11th. Check back up front here. Todd still stretching that lead. 2 seconds over Mr. Kennedy. Andrew Groves is in 3rd. 2.5 back. Nolan's in 4th.
Everybody's brushing the wall. Joseph got into it that time. And speaking from experience, I'm telling you, you'll have wheel damage.
there's anybody that knows, Ben knows. He's
I
friends
know.
with the wall.
Especially at Rockingham.
These guys are definitely pushing these trucks a little bit more than what they did in the first stage. There was a little bit of apprehension. Everybody was super careful to start. And now you're seeing these guys push these trucks on exit. I gotta assume that with the cooler temps, the sun is down, the rubber is up, so the truck feels safer. It feels tighter on exit, but the problem is that it's still too tight, and it just wants to push. It doesn't get loose anymore, but it wants to push. And you're just seeing the effect as these guys are getting so close to the wall almost every lap.
Trevor has brushed the wall twice going into one.
Yeah,
Last two laps.
He has. He is running right up next to it right there. There he goes again, really close to the wall. Let's jump on board with old Trevor. Running that second lineup, then cutting it back down, trying to get a straighter exit, but man, he is working that right rear tire. Right up next to the wall into one. Cutting it down. This is what he did in practice early. He was finding a lot of speed and a lot of time with it, but I just don't think the tires are going to hold off in the longer run. Gets a little uneasy there. '84 in front of him is running that higher line in 1 and 2 as well. I know they're not going super fast, but as we find out in these stock cars and stock trucks, is dirty air is still dirty air. It can still mess with you a little bit, even at these shorter ovals.
Got into the wall hard coming out of 2 that time.
Looks like we have a battle tightening up here for 6th and 7th. Edwin's got 6th. Joseph wants it. They're both kind of catching Trevor just a little bit. I say that, and then Edwin goes high and loses some time. Checking around the field, looking at Mark. Still 2 laps down. He's just over a half a lap behind the field. He's at the start-finish line now, so yeah, 3/4 of a lap behind Todd. Next up is 11th is Alex Fuller. Oh, into the wall again. I don't think he stopped hitting the wall. The 16 is still tagging it, and he is in 11th. And he is falling back. His lap times a couple tenths slower than the leaders every lap. Brendan Decker running 10th. 31 truck trying to keep it clean. 82 in the 999 battling side by side for 8th and 9th. Brian takes 8th. Mike back to 9th. Joseph in 7th. Trying to hunt down Edwin for 6th. Edwin is hunting down Trevor. From what I can tell, it looks like Trevor's right front looks a little harmed. Not as bad as Alex's does, but I think he's starting to feel the effects of hitting the wall so many times. No one running 4th. Getting a closer battle here for 2nd as the 48 is within half a second of the 29, who's in 2nd place. And again, Todd, 2.5 second lead on the field. Hot Wheels for sure. Now checking things out, Trevor and Edwin for 5th and 6th. That's Edwin's pulled out a bit on Joseph. Joseph's fallen back, so Edwin is staying within about a half a tenth, 6/10 of a second from Trevor here, trying to put the pressure on. Trevor into the wall at the start-finish line.
Under 0.3 of a second.
Wow, running really high. Trevor is there in 3 and 4, and into the wall.
And Edwin followed him right into it.
Well, you can tell these guys are really pushing it. They're trying their hardest. Pushing these trucks to the edge. Trevor is up in that 3rd line. And still into the wall. Wow, there's so many marbles up there. I'm surprised he's that high up. And he's making time. He is stretched it out just a couple of tenths on Edwin here. It's almost 0.8 of a second again. So stretching that gap out by running high. He's finding something here. Looks like we have a
Andrew making a
change
for second.
Thanks, sir.
Andrew got to him. Michael said, "Go on by, sir." Still got a whole. We're not even halfway distance yet. We're at 121 and 250. We're almost to halfway, but there's still a lot of racing left to happen here. This has been a pretty good run here on these tires. We're not seeing much of what we would call fall off. Looking at lap times, looks like Andrew was the Trevor, fastest truck on track last lap, 23:05. Andrew was a 23:08. Todd was a 23:22. See what happens this time. Todd, 23:01, fastest so far. Andrew, 22:98. He's trying. Edwin, 23:05, faster than Trevor that time.
Got Brian Hayberger putting pressure on Joseph Klein for 7th and 8th.
Oh, and Brendan Decker, Mike Weisberg battling here for position. Got that spot and is checking out. Yeah, Optimus Klein's got that 82 on his rear end here. A tight battle for 7th and 8th place. Wall straight for the 14 there. Like Edwin's not giving up on trying to catch Trevor either. They're still hanging under a second here. As Trevor's really making that third line work for him. Looks like he's letting the truck roll down out of turn 2 so he doesn't hit the wall, but he is definitely running higher than most around this track. Looks like the 80 of Mark Owlett just got lapped by Todd. That'll put him 3 laps down on the field. Looks like Alex Fuller's about 3 seconds away from getting caught by the leader as well. And we still have coming to 11 laps to go in this stage. Yes, sir, we do have 2 people in the booth tonight, Jareth. We got me and Ben. Ooh, real loose for the 33 there. He is trying his darndest to not fall back to Edwin. Getting a top 5 in stage 2 would be a good recovery for Trevor for where he was at stage 1. You can see the 66, see the 80 there behind him. He's just gotten lapped again, 3 laps down for Mark so far tonight. As the 66 is putting on a blistering pace. He does have a 3-second lead. Andrew has just trimmed it down just a tenth or so, but it's still staying above 3 seconds. See Alex Fuller off to the distance on some of those camera shots. He is just a few seconds from, a couple seconds back from getting caught by the leader, but I don't know. He may run out of time to catch him. Just glad we were able to get a broadcast together for you, brother. Good to see you in here. Thanks for joining in and watching.
Oh, Trevor got really loose coming off too.
And it looks like Edwin's ready to pounce here. Right on the roof here with Edwin. He tries to make this attack with 7 laps to go there at the line. Plenty of time. And Trevor has used up that truck.
Oh, Joseph Klein got in the wall heavy.
He's in a battle with Brian Hayberger side by side. Like the 82 is going to get that position. Edwin is still chipping at the rear bumper of that 33 National Guard Chevrolet. Trevor says, it's got camo, you can't see me. Oh, he sees you, buddy. That Toyota, that Waffle House Toyota, really good through 1 and 2 there. Both of these trucks loose off the corner. They are using those rear tires up. Oh, tight, tight, tight. Good save. Oh, and the 33 still hits the wall. The 46 was on his way there. He was able to back it down and keep it from hitting the wall. Now he looks to the higher line. Oh, he's getting tight. Joseph Klein has gotten back by Brian Hayberger for 7th, although they are still close together. All right, 2 laps to go in this stage. What are we going to see from these 2 drivers as the 46 looks to the inside? And he dives it in there. They are side by side. 1 lap to go in this stage. Who's going to be in front of the other when they cross the line next time by? The 46 falls back 2 truck lengths behind the 33. Takes another run at him. They're both trying really hard. Really great racing. On the high side. Don't hit the wall.
There's gonna be some real fucking problem out there to throw the damn.
Great driving. Great driving. Todd Smith, stage winner. 2 for 2 tonight. Andrew, 2nd place. Michael's going to come home 3rd for stage 2. Nolan in 4th. Trevor's going to get himself a top 5 stage finish in stage 2. Edwin, P6. Joseph Klein comes home 7th. Brian Hayberger 8th. Brendan Decker 9th. Mike Weisberg going to come home 10th. And Alex Fuller able to keep the wheels on it to not go a lap down. Now he can go down pit road, get that truck fixed up. Mark's going to get the lucky dog, get one of his 3 laps back. Watch this race off pit road as 66 and 48 hit their stalls at the same time. Pretty close on the right side tires. Left sides go up about the same time. And they drop at the same time. 66 spins his tires. 48 almost got to him.
Nice.
Good pit stop. Nothing changes with the top 9 drivers come off pit road, all in the same spots they were. 10th, Brian Hayberger. Yep, everybody comes off right where they were. Another nice stage win, Mr. High Side. Running the low side or wherever you want to run tonight. Weird.
I think it's there. Some fast guys back there, man. And fun. And I was nervous about Andrew on that pit stop right there. Just out to him.
I think Mark got the lap back, but he lost it again in the pits, just like Trevor last stage break.
Yep.
Thanks for letting me lead a couple laps in the beginning, though.
That thing is so weird. I'm going to
Hey, it ain't over,
Calm it
man.
off.
Mark, go ahead and take that lucky dog. I know it didn't work out with the pit stop, but I'm giving it to you now. Everybody stay low here, let the 80 by, and then we'll be 1 to green next time by.
Did Alex use his fast repair? I tried to watch his pit stop and I couldn't really tell.
Negative. Still no fast repairs used by anybody yet tonight.
Okay. He didn't stay in there long enough to get any damage fixed.
Yeah, he had 30.6 second stop, so a little bit, but I just don't. Well, no, he's pitted twice, 30.6 and 36.3, so he made 2 stops. So trying to save that fast repair and just do it the old-fashioned way, it looks like. All right, we're going to start stage 3, the final stage. Over 100 laps to run here. Todd Smith in the lead. Andrew Groves outside on the front row. Green flag is out. Another great start by the 66.
Oh, Nolan.
Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, no, the 29.
Caution somewhere, caution. Throughout the course of that last
Todd
run,
got
did you
into
see
the
any
wall
rubber laying
also.
down at all?
Dude, I wasn't even in it hard or nothing. I was just going to cruise.
That was rough. The 29 gets a heck of a run on the inside.
I think Jason jinxed me is what it is.
You suckered me.
Hey, don't put that bad juju on me, Todd. That was a hard hit. Michael, did you blow your engine?
I did. When I get done towing, can I use a fast repair?
Yes, have that fast repair check now, so it'll give it to you right away.
Todd, you should have let Trevor.
Wow, well that thing's changed dramatically. Let's
Top
go.
3 all had problems.
You say I should have
Well,
let
top
Trevor?
4. 3 of the top 4.
We're gonna take this back to the 84.
Hey.
Let's ride on the roof cam.
BBB.
The 84 here.
He just got
Yeah, he
loose
done
going
run
into
50
one
man.
and hit the
Maybe what goes around comes
wall
around.
with the
Yep, he got
rear.
surprised. The 48 checked up, and he wasn't ready to brake yet. And he snapped hard into the wall.
Saying hi.
And then looks like the 29 saw the 66 get sideways and
I don't know.
put more wheel into it, maybe. But he was well beside him. Let's jump in the cockpit. Can he see him there? Maybe if he's got triples. So still though, yeah. Oh, the motor blowing. Oh, such a tough break. All right, we're gonna cross the stripe this time. Can you believe it? The 33 of Trevor Benz is the leader. 1 to go. 29 still on pit road getting repaired or
I
waiting.
think now more I think about it, I had to keep it turned right enough to keep it off the guy in front of me, right inside of me. And that's what kind of hooked me out to the outside wall. Damn, I'm such a rookie.
Did you have to fast repair that, or only like a few seconds?
Todd used
I
the
was
fast
gonna not
repair.
fast repair and then it go green and cost me everything, so I went in and fast repaired there.
Michael Kennedy with the fast repair is 3 laps down. From battling for the lead to having a motor blown. How quickly the night changes.
Green flag.
Green is out. Trevor Benz, new leader. Good jump on the 48.
Todd will be driving like his hair's on fire now.
Yeah, I think we got to go and let me find my mouse. We're going to go back here and watch this. I think that 66 and the 29 will both have something to prove here. The 66 on the lead lap still has everything to gain. The 29, nothing to lose now. 3 laps down. Got to hope for some cautions in this final stage, and cautions for incident have been hard to come by tonight. So 31 hardened the ball out of 2 there. 66 is on the high side. Now he's on the low side. Make up your mind, high side. That clean air means something up front because Trevor Benz has got 3/10 over Andrew Groves. He's taken that lead on that restart and he's held on to it. Joseph Klein, with everything that's happened, is up to 3rd. Edwin James 4th. Brian Haberger's in 5th. This reorganized the running order. And the only person that's pretty much where they were before all that is the 48. He's been running second most of the night. See that high side working for Todd. It's too early, and when he goes high, he's losing time to the trucks in front of him. Everybody's staying close up front though. The top 7, 8 trucks are all together here. Top 7 of them. First all the way to 7th. All in line. About a half a second gap on it on all of them. Closest battle is going to be for 4th, Edwin and Brian. 4th and 5th here, the 46, Waffle House Toyota is under threat from the 82, who's trying to reverse his fortunes here and get up to the front. Take advantage of this field getting flipped here with that last caution. Back to 8th place. Nolan, Alex, Michael, Brendan, and Mark are all kind of in a second group now. 2 seconds from between 7th and 8th is the gap right now, so they're just falling back from each other just a little bit. Trevor Benz still leads. He has now led 14 laps.
Todd is closing up on Brian.
Yep, he's to his back bumper here. Let's see what Todd does here. A lot of laps left in this race. I don't think he's got to be in too much of a hurry with how his long run speed was, but obviously that being out front, that clean air matters. He looks down underneath the 82. And clears him. Todd Smith up to P5. Rallying back through. And the front of this pack is not pulling away either. Trevor is running decent lap times, but the fastest car that time by, it actually was Trevor, 22.37. Good on him. This time by Andrew was just a little bit faster. Todd ran a 22.33, faster than everybody that lap.
Right on Edwin's back bumper now.
Yep, slowly but surely making those gains. On the roof cam here with Todd as he looks to gain another position on the 46 Waffle House Tour-Yerder of Edmund James. Right to his back bumper on braking. Oh! And even out of the corner, scrapes the wall a little bit. Gets good drive off of turn 4 though. Creates that gap again. We'll see if Todd dives it in there hard. He does. Not as hard though. Trying to get the drive off. Got to make the pass. Got to have that drive off the corner exit. He's trying to get the 46 to maybe overdrive entry, make a mistake. Stay in their mirror long enough. Oh, there it is. 46 backs it up, and the 66 says, I'll go as hard as I can on the high side, but then he has to give up. Oh, and he's into the wall. That was a pretty good hit.
Doesn't seem like that high line is working near as good as it was earlier.
Yeah, it doesn't. I think maybe as the tires get worn, maybe it'll come back, or it's just the overall grip of that bottom. There's just so many marbles up there. I mean, I see Trevor up there running it up ahead of me here, and it looks like Andrew's closing in. I don't think it's got it going for it.
3/10 of the second.
Yeah, Trevor's jumped up to that high side, and Andrew has stayed on that low line, and they are one truck length apart now.
Todd's making his move. Down low in one. He got Edwin that time.
Yep, clear for the pass, and the 14 hit the wall right in front of him. Here's the 46 going for the crossover. Gets tight though, had to back out of it. Tried to dive it in there.
And Todd thought it was funny.
Now Todd sets the sight on the 14 here, and he's right on his back bumper. Gets a good drive off. Is he underneath him? I think so. Just gets a quarter underneath him there, and oh, they're so close. Good side-by-side racing. 14 gets a good drive off of turn 4, but the 66 is going to be able to dive it in, slide it up. 14 goes for the crossover. He saw it coming. They switch spots. Now the 14 has that same angle the 66 had last lap, but he's not able to get it to stick. 66 clears himself up to P3. Well, boys, Todd is coming.
If Dale Jr. had been watching, he'd been screaming slide job right there.
Slide job! Slide job!
Oh!
Uh-oh.
Somebody got loose off of 2.
I'll tell you one thing, all the people hitting the wall so much, I'm not seeing any incident points. Everybody's getting 0 X's so far for all these taps on the wall. It's crazy. Getting really lucky. Trevor and Andrew have pulled out to over about 2 seconds of a lead on Todd, but Todd is just quietly nipping away at it. Running about the same lap times as the lead two. They're all still running the 22.8s, so not a big difference in speed yet. Todd actually lost a little bit of time that lap. He's driving it in. He gains 0.2 on corner entry, but then he's losing 0.2 on corner exit as Andrew tags the wall. Don't beat up that first gear truck. That's a good looking truck. He is almost to the inside of the 33. We're going to have a battle for the lead. Tucks back in behind the 33. 33 goes to block that time down low. Now he gets loose on exit, and the 48 is right there. 33 sliding it into turn one. Now these guys battling is letting Todd close that gap just a little bit. He's made up a couple tenths. We've completed 183 laps. Still have 67 laps remaining in this race.
I believe pit strategy is going to decide who wins this race. When do you come in?
Yeah, I don't even know what a fuel run is, actually. I was in the truck earlier in practice. I don't even know what a fuel run is here.
I didn't look either, but I'm sure it's going to be tire decided, not fuel.
That's true. We restarted after the second stage with 106 to go. So you got to feel like with the caution we had, that kind of still leaves it split where you're kind of running 50-50. So maybe right around lap 50 we see that break. I guess it really depends on how these lap times. Trevor's fallen off a little bit, that he's being pressured. I think the tires have taken their toll, and Andrew's it's just a time is going to tell when Andrew makes that move, or if Todd gets to him sooner, because Todd has made up another 0.3, 1.6 back. And Todd is running a bit faster than these guys. And we're seeing right now these guys are over a second fall off, roughly. So you got to figure, you know, give up that second lap, come down pit road, get those fresh tires, and make that, you know. I almost feel like the undercut's gonna count here. Track position is so important. We've seen it here now that Trevor's been out front for 43 laps. I feel like maybe the undercut, pit a little early, get them fresh tires on, and set a little distance between yourself and your competitors. It might be the right play. As we come by this time, it's going to be 60 laps to go. Right now, it's our top three really battling it out here. Trevor Benz in the 33, Andrew Groves in the 48, and Todd Smith in the 66. The rest of the field is 3 seconds back or further. Joseph Klein in fourth is 3 seconds back of Todd right now. Kind of expected the 84 to make a charge after that restart, after that caution. And he has kind of stayed flat back in ninth here. He hasn't gained anything, and he is 9 seconds, 9.5 seconds off the lead. So Nolan not having the run that he was having before that contact.
Did he use his fast tire?
Let's check and see. He did not.
So he probably got what damage he could.
Yeah.
And uses fast repair probably on his last stop.
Yeah, right now I show that his last stop was a 29-second stop, so he just did repairs and did not try to do a fast repair.
I would almost bet he had. Oh, Edwin got loose off the forward.
Uh-oh.
He
saved it, though. Let's go back and take a look. Loose off of 4. Wow, what a save. Caught it down on the apron, left side's into the grass, and back on the track, and back in the throttle. Good save, Edwin. I missed it. Jared in the chat a couple minutes ago said, I feel a fender in turn 2. I mean, Andrew was there. He could have definitely done it. He didn't, though. He got close. And he's not letting Trevor get away, but as this is happening, Todd is not gaining quickly, but he is gaining a little by little. 1.6 is still the gap. So they've, last time by, Trevor ran a 23.2, 08 for Andrew, 03 for Todd. So Todd made up a little bit of time that lap. But Trevor's doing a masterful job of keeping Andrew behind him. And keeping a pace at, there you go, 21.9s for the front 2, 22.0 for Todd. So the speed's still there, and we are coming to 52 laps to go.
I was thinking probably if I was in 6th place or higher, I would gamble and stay out, hoping that there would be a yellow come out with the cars coming out on new cold tires.
Yep.
And then you'd have everybody would be ahead of you, probably 2 laps down.
Yep.
It'd be worth the gamble.
Well, it looks like, just double checking on things here, it looks like Mark, he stopped 20 laps ago and then just stopped again. Or no, that's Mike Weisberg. So Mark's made a stop, and it was a 47-second stop. Oh, contact Trevor and Andrew. 4X's apiece on that one as Andrew gets by for the lead.
That's been a pretty big hit for 4X.
Yeah, we're going to go back and take a look at that. See how bad that was. Okay, they doored. Going into 3, Trevor started coming down. Andrew wasn't ready to go down yet. Tough contact, 4X's apiece. New leader, 48. So Mark and Mike Weisberg have made pit stops. Mike made a 9.9 second stop. So that would be, for me, right side tires and fuel. That wouldn't even be left sides.
Oh. Joseph Klein pancaked the wall again and lost a position.
Yeah, there goes Brian Hayberger by. That's for pit spot. Up front, Andrew is pulled out. 0.8 of a second lead over Trevor and has stretched the lead over Todd to 1.8. So definitely tell that like Andrew was as patient as he could be for a while because he's got the faster truck right now. Trevor's starting to fall back a little bit, And Todd will be coming for him here shortly, and we are at 45 laps to go. Still haven't seen anybody else come down pit road. So these guys got to be playing the long game. Nobody willing to play that strategy of pitting early and trying to come out on the back end, other than that 999 truck did that. And right now, he is the fastest truck on the track, running 22.6s. But the leaders are running 23.0s, 23.3s, so it's not 7/10, 4 to 7/10 of a second faster. Starting to see these trucks slipping and sliding a good bit though. Seen the 33 tag the wall a couple more times. As he is under siege from Todd Smith now. Todd looking down low. Oh, another hit in the wall for Trevor. Todd Smith goes on by. Alright, so 2 seconds, just over 2 seconds is the gap between the first and second.
Pigeon.
33's coming to pit road. See if he can slow it up. Don't get caught speeding. Such a slow roll down here. 45 miles an hour just crawling down pit road.
Come on, man, if you're going to pass too fast, man.
Trying.
Looks like right side
Stay
for
low,
Trevor
stay low.
as well.
Really kind of surprised. Usually when one comes, that starts the hit parade.
Yep.
Appreciate it.
You can see that 999 has already made his stop, and he is right in front of Trevor. So that's how much time Trevor lost to the 999 pitting a handful of laps earlier. That was 14 laps difference. Now Trevor's got the fresher right side tires, so to the inside of Mike Weisberg he goes. Should be able to clear him out of 4 here.
But he was loose coming off forward.
Yep, trying to put
Cold
the power
tires.
down. Yeah, that cold right rear didn't want to hook up. There he goes. Now he gets squirrely again, but gets power down. So again, Trevor's in 9th, 1 lap down. He is the leader of the cars that have been down pit road. The trucks, I mean. But I'm wondering, is these other guys just going to stick it out? I mean, at this point, we're at 36 to go. Trevor into the wall. .48 still running 23 ones. Trevor's running 22 4s, 22 6 this last time by. I mean, if you're gonna pit, now would be the time. You gotta fight off anybody that's come down and taken tires if you're gonna pit. If you're not gonna pit and just gonna send it, I mean, if you have enough fuel, there's no point in giving up that lap, I guess.
I expect Steve Nolan in. He is really loose. His tires are gone.
.48 scrapes the outside wall coming into turn 1 there. Todd is 2 seconds back. That's another 6.9 back to Alex Fuller in third. Brian Hayberger is running fourth, 10 seconds off the lead. Joseph Klein in fifth, 10.5 seconds back. Yeah, a lot of these trucks look like a handful. Not to say it's going to make any difference with 31 laps to go, but that 33 is coming. Next truck he's going to catch is the 66 and the 48. Got a little ways to catch him though, but that'll get him off the... get him on the lead lap if he can get by them and maybe have something happen. If the caution happens now, he'd be the lucky dog. I think he'd rather get back on the lead lap but first, but I don't know. There's a lot of action here between 4th and 7th that anything's still possible in this race.
My tires just want me to stop.
46 into the wall a couple times out of turn 2. Big shout out to the 82 of Brian Hayberger. First half of this race, he was on the back half of the top 10, and ever since the field kind of flipped a little bit, he's run, right around that 5th, 6th spot. Now he's running 4th. Good run for him tonight. For the record, that 33 truck is running 22 5s. These guys up front are running 23 1s. I think he's got enough time to get back on the lead lap, but that's all that he's going to be able to do. So I don't think any of these other guys are going to fit. He's almost to the back bumper of Todd. Oof, hard into the wall.
Decided they've got a safer barrier up on 2 because it's not damaged. If I'd have been out there, I'd have used 3 fast repairs.
Jared says, "Is that a squirrel in turn 4?" If there's a squirrel in turn 4, that squirrel is dead, because these trucks have run it over a few times.
Just glad they ain't the option of throwing a water bottle out of your truck out onto the...
Debris caution. That's what we're going to hear from Trevor once he gets back on the lead lap. He'll be like, I see debris. Trevor's hitting that wall out of 2 every time. Now he's slowed down to 27 or 22.7 for his last lap. Still faster than everybody else. Running a half a tenth faster, or half a second faster. Sorry. 22.9 that time. Got stopped hitting the wall.
Edwin got on apron and nearly lost
for the save.
The crowd cheers. Let's see. Let's take a look at that. Yeah, Nolan going underneath him. Oh, Nolan to the back bumper. Might have been a bit of a block, maybe. It looked like he was just making his corner entry. Contact under braking. Tough racing there. They were pretty close. Heck of a save.
Trevor, if you can go around the outside.
Heck of a save by the 46, though. So we see Nolan making that run that I was talking about earlier when he was back in 9th. I was like, he's not moving forward, but here he is. He's up to 5th. He's got 4th in his sights, and I really think 4th might be all he can get with 19 laps to go. But I don't know. Maybe something else will happen here. Trevor back on the lead lap.
Yeah, no problem.
9th place. The pit stop that just wouldn't get anybody else to follow him down. Tight battle in here for the 29, the 46, and the 82. I was just talking the 82
I'm
up.
afraid there's going to be a caution.
Yeah, I was just
Edwin
talking
is,
about. He looks
his
loose.
tires are, yeah, very loose.
Yeah. 82, I was just talking about a good run for him. He was running in 4th, and then we go away for a bit, come back, and here he is back to 7th. Still a good run, but, ooh, Edwin, sideways. He's throwing everything he has outside of that truck to try to get a debris caution. And that 82 is pestering him. The 82 has obviously lost drive as well, but he's not able to make the pass on the 46, even with the 46 getting sideways every other corner here. So we'll see what he does out of turn 2 here. Up front, the lead is still over 2 seconds for Andrew Rose over Todd Smith. Alex Fuller in 3rd, 7 seconds off the lead. Nolan has gotten to 4th. He's gotten by Joseph Klein for 4th. 13 seconds back. Definitely making up some ground, but 13 seconds and 14 laps. I don't see that happening for Nolan tonight, but still a good run.
Plus, they have got to be trying to save all the fuel they can to make.
These tires are just screaming. Every truck that hasn't stopped, all I see is the rear ends just kicking out. There's no grip left in these tires. Lap times in the 23.3s, 23.2s. Andrew's still running 23.1s up front. Nolan just ran a 23.1 as well, actually. So those are the 2 fastest cars on track that haven't pitted. Trevor is at a 22.9. He's the only one in the 22-second bracket right now. But again, he is a ways back, although he is closing in on the 31 of Brendan Decker for 8th. So we might be able to gain a spot there before we run out of laps. Just 46, 82 battle still going. Closest battle on track currently. Ten laps to go. Give a shout out to Andrew tonight. He came in and said, I got to make my way into these playoffs. Got to try to win a championship. And he is so far in line to wrap up this regular season with a win and put himself in position to be in the playoffs for this truck series. So nothing like a little momentum rolling out of the regular season right before you start the playoffs. Turn 4 here. We're at 7 laps to go. 3-second lead for Andrew now.
Andrew and Joseph Klein, Edwin James, and Brian Hayberger are on lap 102 of this 10 on these tires.
Yep.
Todd and Alex are on 96, and Nolan.
Yep, I see that. Yep, Trevor's on lap 34 at his run. Mike, these guys getting over 100 laps on these tires, and like I said, Andrew's still putting down 23 ones. Trevor pitted for those right side tires 35 laps ago, and Trevor's putting down 23 zeros. So these guys managing these tires this late in a run, really good job.
I thought Edwin was fixing to bring us out of caution then out of two.
And he's still got that 82 pestering him. They can't get away from each other. What a battle these guys are having. This is for 6th and 7th. What I see on the back of that 46 is a little bit of damage to that left rear taillight, I think. The way it, at least it looks on my screen, it looks like he got a little bit of damage in that left rear.
That may have been when Nolan bumped him in 4 earlier. Or I believe you said it was Nolan.
Yep. It may be from the contact they had. It was kind of more straight in the back, kind of on the left side, so that would make sense if that's just a little dent from that, because it was just enough to get him sideways under braking.
That was a race, Andrew. I don't know what I did different, but killed the right rear on this thing.
All right, last lap. Here comes a 48 through 3 and 4.
Appreciate it, dude. Nah, I just figured out what my truck needed and hit my mark.
Andrew Groves, cross the stripe,
Nice
wins
win, Andrew.
tonight's
Good.
race at Richmond to wrap up the regular season for the Truck Series. Congratulations.
Wish I
to
could blame it
Andrew.
on traffic, but I don't think that's what it was.
Todd Smith comes home second. Alex Fuller came in late to the lobby tonight, no practice, spun during qualifying, and gets himself
Appreciate
the top
it, Nolan.
3. Congratulations, guys. Andrew, great win. Top 3, if you want to, come on down to the waiting room, and we'll get you lined up for interviews. Congratulations again. All right. Let's go back a few laps here. And then we will go to slow-mo. And we'll go to Mr. Fuller, and we will pull up driver details. There we go. And we should see some names pop into the waiting room here shortly. Heck of a race tonight. Andrew really put on a good show there at the end to get that win, and was able to win by a sizable margin over Todd. There's Alex. Let's get him pulled up here, third place finisher.
From
Alex, this is Jason and Ben in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I do, guys. How are you?
Hey, we're good, bud. Congratulations, you got P3 tonight. Heck of a drive. I know you came in late to the lobby, didn't get practice, and qualifying was a little iffy there, spun out, and then you kind of, just managed the truck for the night, it seemed like, and just got better as the longer the night went on, and in a night where that third stage stayed pretty much caution free, we saw a couple cars pit. But you were able to drive up and get yourself a nice solid third place tonight. Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks. It was kind of a night of self-inflicted. I had a top 3 lap time in qualifying, and I was checking the black box, and I scrubbed the wall after the line.
Oh, man. Well, that is a bummer. Those are the ones that suck.
Yeah.
Well, you did a great job tonight on track. Looked like middle of, I guess that would have been stage 2. Looked like you had a couple of contacts with the wall, and you kind of fell to the back. Did you have some wheel damage, or did the truck get affected with the battling? Because you were battling for like 4th or 5th or something like that. Next thing you know, you were back to 8th and 9th, and I think you finished the stage in 11th. You were almost to get lapped, and then to turn that around, So did you have some damage there?
Yeah. On that first whatever caution, the stage 2. Joseph rear-ended me, and I didn't realize how bad it was. I don't think my spotter ever told me I had damage, but went to the pits, and I had 50 seconds of damage, so that's why I dropped very quick.
Okay, all right. That's what we were trying to figure out. We're like, he's got to have damage, and it looked like your right front was just a little different than everybody else's, but it was so hard to see anything else on our end. But still a heck of a drive, man. Great job coming back through the field on that 3rd stage and getting yourself a great finish tonight.
Yeah, appreciate it, guys.
Now, you are obviously locked into the playoffs, which start next week. We're going to have 10 drivers racing for this championship. Obviously, Todd's going to have, he has the point lead, but he only has 1 win. So when we stack the playoffs, just kind of reviewing here, I want to make sure that I'm saying it right. The driver that's going to be leading in the playoffs when they start should be Andrew, I believe. He has 5 wins, if I'm reading this right. Nope, I read it wrong. That was top 5. So 1 win, 1 win, 1 win, 1 win. Nobody has more than 1 win that's going to be in the playoffs. So this is going to be
is Kyle not in the playoffs?
Kyle is
sorry
not.
For asking.
Kyle is
not.
Okay. He has said he's not going to be able to race for the championship. Just obligations and stuff for the kids getting back for school here soon, and just life. He's not going to be able to race for the championship. So he would be the leader with his wins, 6 wins on the season. But really, you're going to have 1 win and 0 win drivers in this playoffs. So it's going to be a super tight field between that and stage wins. And I will say, looks like at least stage win wise, looks like Todd has a few more than everybody else. But the big name is Kyle, and he's out. 6 wins, 18 stage wins for Kyle. He took all those away from everybody and then isn't able to race. So when I get this updated, we're going to have a really tight playoff field. Points are going to be right on top of each other. What's the expectation here? You going to go for it? You going to go for this championship? You feel like you got a chance at this one?
Yeah, I feel like I disconnected at Lime Rock, but my last 4 races I haven't finished lower than 3rd, so I'm feeling pretty confident, and we're running good. Bristol's on the schedule, and I feel then I won't call my shot, but I feel very confident there that that should be a good run, and the other 2 tracks are meh, but I think Bristol will carry me over to the next round at least.
If I recall correctly, isn't Bristol where you won in the trucks earlier in the season?
It is, Jason, yeah.
Okay, all right, good. My memory serves me right. That's why he's calling his shot at Bristol, sort of, kind of. Not really, but sort of doing it. He's just like, he feels good about it because he won there, and that's fair enough. I mean, we're going back to the track where you won. It's going to be similar conditions. It's going to be, we're not going to have, at least from what it seems like, as big of a field that we did when we went to Bristol earlier in the season. So maybe less cautions, less chances that if you have a mistake to catch up. So it's going to require, to really be on your game from beginning to end, I feel like. So it should be interesting when we go back there too. So it's going to be fun. I love the schedule. I love what we're getting ready to run into in these playoffs. Like I said, with how it looks like it's going to start, just everybody's going to be so tight. There's nobody that's going to be way out far. So it's up for grabs, and it should be really fun to watch. So congratulations again on your 3rd place tonight, but also qualifying for the playoffs, and good luck to you in the playoffs.
Yeah, appreciate it, Jason.
Yeah, and before we let you go, as we always do, the floor is yours. Anybody want to give a shout out to or thank you to before we let you go?
I'll shout out Nolan for the wrong reason. Gave me some setup advice, and it was absolutely terrible.
All right, Nolan. Way to go, Nolan. Great job.
But obviously it worked enough. So, I mean, we both finished 3/4, but it was pretty tough to drive at parts of the race.
All right, thanks, Nolan. You got us good finishes, but stop giving us garbage setups. All right, copy that. We heard from Alex Fuller here. Thank you, Nolan, for the garbage setup. We're going to get that noted. But no, thanks again. Really appreciate you being a part of the series, a part of the league, and great job tonight on that top 3. And we'll see you. We'll see you on track next week. Okay, bud?
Yes, sir. Have a good night, guys.
All right, you too. All right, that's Alex Fuller, our P3 finisher. Let's get us to Todd Smith, Mr. High Side. Todd, it's Jason and Ben in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah. What's up?
Hey, buddy. Congratulations on stage 1 and 2. Dominant truck, and then a little bit of craziness. And after that, synchronized spinning at the beginning of stage 3 between you and the 29, it looked like it maybe just getting through the field maybe got you to a point where you just couldn't make up the rest, but still got up to second. Still a good comeback from trouble to start that stage in a stage that obviously didn't have any more yellows. But great run tonight. You're going to obviously make your way into the playoffs as we go into that. But great run tonight. Can you tell us about anything you could have done differently there after that spin? Was it just the traffic? Was it just Andrew just, had a little bit better truck there at the end, or?
A little bit of all that. Me screwing up started it all. I didn't even know anybody else spun. Did I hit them and spin them, or did they spin on their own?
No, you guys synchronized spun without contact. You both got loose, and you corrected and went to the outside, and he spun it around and went to the inside. And that was at the same time, right before that happened, Nolan, right behind you guys, had to check up for the 48 braking a little bit earlier than he expected going into 1. And when he went to lock up, he went up into the wall. And so we had 3 of our top 5 trucks spun, wrecked, or damaged right there in the 29. When he went inside, he nose first right into the wall and blew his motor, so that kind of ruined his night. But yeah, it was a synchronized craziness there to start that stage.
So I was just trying to make sure I didn't want to come back in traffic. I tried to keep it. I was either going to go straight or hit the wall to keep it out of everybody. And the wall is where it ended up. But then didn't get that fast repair. I don't feel like I overdrove it coming through a couple of times. I kind of pushed it, but I didn't feel like it was too much. I know Edwin or somebody, I stayed behind them a pretty good time. Like, it was hard to get around them, and then they drove it back inside them and getting into 3 like that was going to work. So I kind of laughed about that.
I remember watching that because Edwin went for the crossover. I was like, here it comes. And I mean, I don't give a, I find that entertaining when you try to, give it your hardest. You guys were racing hard. It was fun to watch.
It was good. But I still don't feel like I overdid it there. It was fun racing, like I said. But I was just really good through 3 and 4 in the middle sometimes, and especially early. But I know early on I was watching Andrew, and he would stay right exactly the same amount, lose a couple tenths, and then gain a few tenths. And then deep in the run, right before the end of the stage, I'd always gain a bunch on him, whether he was just letting go or out of tires. So I knew with him up front it was going to be tough. Then I got up there, and Trevor and him was out front. And I started gaining on Trevor. I'm like, I ain't got it. Well, here he kept pulling away. So once I got around Trevor, I'm like, I don't have much left. And the right rear was gone off of it. Let me look and see what I said. Right front 55, right rear 70, and I don't think I got in the 70s or barely, all night. So that long run was way different.
Used that right rear up just a bit more.
So kudos to Andrew on the win. I still had a blast racing everybody and trying to get around here. I tried to. I don't know. It felt good early when I went around him on the outside. I was like, heck yeah, that was cool. Oh, but it looked cool, but being able to do that. Yeah. Tried to outside a few other times once tires got worn a little bit, and it just wouldn't work for me like I thought it would. So I didn't run it like I used to sometimes. But
that outside
again,
was tough. That outside was super tough. We saw Trevor use it a little bit earlier in the race, and then he used it just a little bit in that third stage, but he really stayed off of it. But he was using the third lane in the second stage and actually kind of making it work. It was fun to watch, but it was hard. I was like, that's weird. I'm used to seeing the 66 up there, not the 33. This is throwing me off. But it definitely
3 and 4
seemed like
was
the
better
low,
to do if he was up there.
Yeah. It definitely seemed like the low line was the better in 1 and 2, and then you could kind of run a bit higher in 3, and then turn the truck down and get the straight drive off. It seemed like it would work that way a little bit better in turns 3 and 4. But heck of a drive.
I tried to make sure I had it wrapped around the yellow line much as I could, because I tried to get like a little bit lower exit, so I didn't have to worry about spinning tires. I could stay in the gas pretty good.
Yep, absolutely.
But again, great job to everybody. I'm gonna go back. It'll probably be tomorrow because it's so late. Of course, I watch this the broadcast like always. But thanks to everybody here being real respectful. We all did pretty good, I think, out on track.
Yeah, it was really good, clean racing. I mean, there was only a couple times where there was actually like truck on truck contact, like just hard racing mainly. But other than that, it was really clean. You guys put on a great show for 250 laps tonight, and now we reset the points. And with Kyle out of the playoffs, everybody's going to be super close on points because nobody in the playoffs has more than 1 win. So it's Andrew actually will be the one. He'll have 2 now, so he'll have 2 wins, and everybody else will be 1 or 0. So it's
it's a little deceiving looking at the season points because
I got to get
everybody would have shown up.
Then it's a lot's gonna change with Kyle out, Corey out, and Ben out, because then that takes out that changes a lot of stuff. So I'll do the reset here in this week. I'll get everything corrected. But it's going to be a tight field from 1st to 10th for these playoffs. And I feel like what you've done in the regular season, if you try to replicate that to a point and just have good, clean racing and try to get as many top 10s, top 5s, because, I mean, you have double digits top 10s. You have 7 top 5s, well, 8 after tonight. So 8 top 5s, 12 top 10s on the regular season. It's probably going to take maybe a win here or a win there, but I don't know. It's hard to say because we've got nobody that has more than 2 wins on the season. So now with Kyle out, it really opens the door. So who's going to go for it? Are you going to be the guy, Todd?
All right.
Are you going to be it?
Hey, you never know. I might try some extra. Might try some shit. So we'll see.
All right, man. Well, I appreciate you. I appreciate you racing with us, being a part of the league, and doing all the stuff that you do with us. Before we let you go, I want to give you the floor. Anybody you want to give a shout out to or a thanks to?
Just all y'all. Just let me join. Let me race with y'all. Hang out. I enjoy it. So appreciate all y'all.
Well, we appreciate you, brother. And again, congrats again on P2 and getting that regular season championship. And we'll see you back here on track next week for the playoffs.
Sounds great. See y'all then.
All right. Have a good night, bud.
Y'all too.
All right. That was Todd Smith. P2 tonight. Let's bring in the winner. Andrew, it's Jason and Ben in the booth. You got a copy?
I got a copy.
Hey, buddy. Congratulations. I like seeing that first gear racing truck get a checkered flag in victory lane. Well done, sir.
That's a pretty truck, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's a good-looking truck. And heck of a drive tonight. You ran good all night. It looked like Todd had the better truck in the first 2 stages, and then, he had some misfortune to start the last stage and had to get a fast repair and start in some traffic. And you and Trevor took off on that restart. Both of you seemed to have really good speed, and then Trevor's stuff fell off, and then once you got the lead, you checked out. Did anything change with how the truck drove? I heard you commenting in the race lobby you found something with just how it was handling, and you were able to hit your marks and whatever, but was it a big difference from what you were doing earlier in the race? Was it a big change, big difference on how you drove the truck?
Yeah, complete difference. Like stage 1, I was kind of like missing my marks and using a little bit too much wheel on corner entry, and I was sliding my fronts. And I was like, all right, whatever. Stage 2, I started studying Todd, and I let Mike pass me because I really kind of wanted just to save for the last stint to see how good I could save. And I've found out like my truck would turn left when I hit the brake without having to turn the wheel. So I use the brake to turn left, and then I would just lock the wheel a little bit to the left to roll the corners, and then just gas off, and then that's worked out pretty good for me. And the last stage, I was just doing that and chasing brake bias the whole stage.
Okay, yeah, I gotcha. So how far on that brake bias did you have to adjust? Did you have to go down real far to get it to continue that way, or was the truck getting looser on you as the run went on?
The truck would get tighter on me as the run went on. So like the first, I would say about 20, 23 laps, I really wouldn't have to mess with it. And then I'd go down half a click and my truck would start turning more. Then 10 laps would go by, go down another half click, truck would start turning more. And I went down to like, I want to say -2%. So about what, 4 clicks on my brake bias.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So yeah. Then I was just using the brake to turn into the corner. And I don't know if you saw on the last stage, we wore out that bottom groove, so I had to go down to the paint to find grip, and I guess using the paint to pull my truck around helped out pretty good.
Nice. Well, that's a heck of a drive, man. You did a great job tonight. You got yourself the second win of the season. So I was talking with the other drivers in interviews so far, and I'm going to say the same thing to you. I got to do some adjustments to get the top 10 right because we've got some drivers that are stepping out of the playoffs, and I'm going to make sure we have 10 playoff drivers for the final run here. But with Kyle out, I mean, he has 6 wins and 18 stage wins. So there's a ton of points on the board that are gone. They just won't be there. So this playoffs is going to be real. No, sorry, can't give him out like that. I'm sure if you offered him the right amount, he might give you a couple, but I can't offer that transaction. But with him out, I mean, this playoffs comes down to you as the sole person in the playoffs with 2 wins. Everybody else in the playoffs will be at 1 or at 0. So it's going to be a tight field. I don't, obviously one bad race could change or alter these playoffs for a driver, right? I mean, this is probably the tightest that I've seen in anything we've done.
Yeah, like no doubt about it. And I think there's some good tracks coming up. Like the first round is Darlington, Bristol, then Darlington and Bristol are good for me. I'm not good at New Hampshire. Charlotte Roval and Talladega are good. Martinsville's good, but I'd suck at Phoenix. So it's really, hopefully I can make it to the Final Four. I think I can, but the track's coming up.
Yeah, it definitely looks, I mean, it's a challenge. I mean, that we start the playoffs with Darlington is just that can be rough. It can go well or it can go really bad. Bristol, I mean, it's short track racing, but it's one of the better tracks. We've already had a taste of that earlier in the season. New Hampshire, so flat, and these trucks are so light in the rear. It's just so hard to get them to not want to over rotate with the flat surface.
That's just all brake bias. So jack it way up, it way up. You want to run a tight camber.
Put her in the front, tighten her down, and don't wear out that right front on entry, and don't wear out that right rear on exit, please. That's what it's going to be about. And the Roval is kind of a wild card. Talladega is a wild card, right? Martinsville, if you're good at drag racing, I mean, you can have a good chance there. You just got to worry about turning about 250 times or 400 times or whatever it is. And then Phoenix, I mean, hey, this is what they do in real life. We're just matching it. This is the real life schedule. We didn't create it, okay? This is just a mirrored schedule of the real life. We just don't take all the off weeks, or we would never finish the season. So
yeah, I know.
But this is going to be a heck of a ride. It's going to be fun to watch, and at least from what I'm guesstimating, you are going to walk out of here starting the playoffs with the dang near, I think, 1 win, 2 wins, 1 stage win. Todd's going to have 1 win and 5 stage wins. So you should walk out with like a 1 point gap, I believe.
I'll take it.
So it's going to be tight. Everybody's going to be super close together. So we start off with Darlington, and I'm going to call it a wild card race because Darlington, anything can happen. But I want to wish you the best of luck in the playoffs, man. And again, congratulations on a heck of a win tonight. It was great to see that truck up front. Beautiful truck. Love the first gear on it. I appreciate your support for the league and everything that we do, and we're happy to have you be a part of it, man. Before we let you go, anybody you want to give a shout out to or thanks to?
Yeah, I just want to thank my wife for being supportive of this. Obviously, want to thank First Gear Racing, got it on the side of my truck for putting all this on. I love this league, dude. Y'all are just great people to be friends with and just to be around, So, and hopefully I can get one of those snazzy trophies next to my name at the end of the season.
Hey, it's up for grabs, man. Kyle got a couple here just in the past couple weeks to wrap up a couple seasons and got even with me, and that he's out of the championship. I'm not in the championship. Hey, there's a trophy up for grabs. Somebody's got to grab that thing so I can add it to your name. So I would be proud to see it next to your name, man. You've been here for a while. You've been here. You've been doing it. You've been putting in the work. Hey, I'd wish you the best for it, man. I hope you have a great playoffs, and good luck to you for the rest of the season, okay?
All right, I appreciate it, man.
All right, man. We appreciate you. You have yourself a great night, all right?
All right, see you next week.
All right, see you, buddy. All right, and that was Andrew Groves, our big winner tonight. Any takeaways, Ben? What are we going to expect for these playoffs?
It's going to be wild. It's like you said, it's going to be tight right from the start. It's going to be fun. Come watch.
Yeah, this is going to be a heck of a show. This is going to be a run of 7 races with drivers that are just mere single points apart throughout the whole field. Like this top 10, when we reset these points for the playoffs, I think we shouldn't have more than I want to say 12 points between first and 10th. I mean, it's going to be super tight to start these playoffs. So Darlington's going to be an important race to not have trouble and to gain points. Try to pad yourself some points. That way, when you go to Bristol for race number 2, or you go to New Hampshire, maybe you can have a rough night one time. But I don't know. It's going to be super close. It's going to be fun to watch. It's going to be fun. It's going to be really fun to get to broadcast. So we're excited for that. Again, thanks to everybody for watching at home. I'm sorry, Jareth. I just saw your comment. It was not a win. It was not a win in the playoffs. It is about points. We want it to just be focused on points. So it is not a win and end. So these guys' wins are going to still matter because you still get playoff points and stuff, but it's still going to be about accumulating those stage points and having a good race through and through. So it's going to be a blast. But appreciate everybody watching at home. It is 11:30 on the East Coast, so we are going to call it a night. We will be back next Sunday night from Darlington with round 1, race 1 of the playoffs. Big shout out to Ben for coming in the booth tonight. It was good to have you here. Appreciate you. Hope to see you back in here soon. It was fun having you in here with us.
Thank you, sir.
All right, everybody have a great night. We'll catch up with you next week at Darlington. Until then, be safe.